Welcome back to Propulsive Sports Talk. I'm Josh. That's Roy. Gonna be us two again. Pod
Yes, for a
125,
while.
75 away from 200. Just if you're accounting. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just making sure you know. MLB season is in full swing. Opening day happened last Wednesday, day after our podcast. We're about 4 or 5 games in, depending on your team. Solid start, whatever. 4 games. I don't know what to say, 4 or 5. But I'm gonna go over the standings, and yes, it's only a few games, but standings are standings. AL East, Toronto Blue Jays and Yankees are both tied 3-1. Rays in third, 2-2. Baltimore in fourth, 2-3, and Red Sox 1-3. AL Central, Cleveland leads at 3-2. Kansas City and Detroit second and third, 2-2. The Twins 1-3 in fourth, and the White Sox 1-4 in fifth. Some of these will include games that are ending tonight as we do this, so that's just a live update counter. So that's why some have played 5, some have played 4, whatever. Out west in the American League, Texas leads at 4-1, Houston 3-2, Seattle at third 3-2, Angels in fourth 2-4, and the Athletics are 0-4. I believe they are about to win though. So
finally get you a win.
About time. Out in the NL East, how many people had this? Marlins 4-1, Mets 3-1 in second, Braves 3-1 in third, Nationals 3-2 in fourth, and how about that? Take a screenshot. Philadelphia Phillies 2-3 in last place. NL Central, Brewers in first 3-1, Reds in second at 3-2, Cardinals and Cubs tied in third and fourth, both 2-2, and Pittsburgh in last at 2-3. And then out west in the NL, Dodgers at 3-1, and then all of the rest: Giants, Padres, Diamondbacks, Rockies, all 1-3, tied for second and fifth, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
Before we go over what we think of those standings or of what they are, we are going to introduce something new. Players of the week. And no, this does not have to be the best player of the week. This could be a player that made their debut and they did something cool, or maybe they just made their debut. Maybe that's all you care about. Maybe they made a great play and that's why you're picking them. You can pick them for any reason. It doesn't have to be the best player of the week. So Roy, it's gonna be funny if we have the same player, but
probably do now the way you said it.
I'm sure it'll happen eventually, but it's fun. Roy, give me your player of the week.
I just went with the rookie Kevin McGonigal.
Okay.
First player in since 19 something. I forget. I was looking that up earlier to get 4 hits in his debut.
And 2 of them were off the wall.
Yeah, 4 for 5. Had 2 RBIs that day, 2 runs. I mean, what a start to start season. Now he's only had 1 hit since then, but what a debut! For a rookie. Was the number 2 prospect, right, going into this season, and he came out firing. So I guess he's got a game today that he hasn't played yet in Arizona. So
he's got a 70 grade hit tool, which for people at home that don't understand analytics and scouting, hit tool just means contact, like how good you're going to put the ball in play. So 70 is almost as good as it gets. It goes up to 80. Is it 20 through 80? 40 through 80?
I don't remember.
Like
20
I don't know the bottom. I know 80 is the top.
But I just wanted to highlight him because he was my rookie of the year. I kind of just knew a little bit about him, but then to come out that's hot like that, that's good.
Yep.
I like when young players kind of do that.
Yep. Well, I went in the same avenue as you. I also took a rookie. In the American League, Roy, but I didn't take Kevin McGonigal. I went Chase DeLauder of the Cleveland Guardians. I don't know if you got to see his debut.
I did.
He goes into Seattle, tough place to play, with some really good pitchers on the mound. Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu. I don't think he saw Castillo. Kirby. He saw George Kirby as well. 4 home runs in his first 4 games, and he had 1 in each. It wasn't like he stacked a 3-bomb in there.
Yeah.
He's 6 for 21 currently, 4 homers, as I just said, 5 RBIs. I think 1 was a 2-run shot, and the others were all solos. But I'm just more impressed. Yes, you can get hot and hit some home runs, but in Seattle on the road is to make your major league debut, basically. And to do it off that type of pitching staff, I thought that was pretty impressive. So that's my player of the week, Chase DeLauder. Only 24 years old too.
Hell, we've both been just rookies. That's
both rookies. I probably won't pick rookies very often, but
no.
I thought,
yeah, I'll pick somebody. More guys who are hot and who did really well or something.
I'll try to find some guys that make some like crazy plays every once in a while.
Mike Trout had another good start to this year.
Yep.
But I want to see if he can sustain without getting hurt before I start giving him credit.
Back to Major League Baseball standings. We went over them. Roy, I know it's 4 or 5 games. It really doesn't mean a whole lot. But first impression, I mean, they always say, and me and you both have agreed on this, you can't win a division or anything like that in the month of March/April. But you sure can lose one. So I'm not saying any of these teams.
I think you can't lose it. You can't even lose it in April. You can, as long as you win 40% of your games in the month of April and May, or March, April, May, you're fine. I've seen too many comebacks. Too many people get hot in the summer. Too many people who were red hot in the early part of the season and then just struggled the last 3 months. It's baseball's such a long season. The one that jumps out right off the bat is the American League East. I mean, Philly started out 2-3, and Miami start 4-1. I mean, that's just these young teams like Miami, like Pittsburgh normally does this, or Tampa's a pretty easy example of it. They're hot early. Athletics have been done in the past where they're hot in the first 2 months. Great young guys do really great things, and then it's a dog. They call it the dog days of summer for a reason, and that's where things start kind of down ticking for people. And so these first few. It was Aaron Judge was batting like 100, not less than 100. Was it last year, 2 years ago? In April, and then bam. I mean, so I don't take stock into much in the first couple games, but I mean, it's funny to watch Miami go 4-1. I still think Philly's got a pretty good shot of turning around.
Yep. I'm going to
I usually say I was making fun of the Cubs, though. I really want to bring that out to Bryce starting 2-2. Sorry, but I think they will lose it in April.
I have it on, Roy, just for you to know. Yankees took a 1-0 lead at the top of the first. Bellinger single, and then
they had one hit last night. 2 hits.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. It was all
4 hits. I mean, it was terrible.
Bellinger single, and then Rice doubled down the right field line that scored him from first. I don't take much stock into 4 games. I mean, Athletics didn't start great. They're 0-4. They're going to be 1-4. They're going to win tonight. Again, I really don't take a whole lot. Nick Kurtz is like 2 for 20 with like 16 strikeouts. I mean,
my MVP for the season.
Sure. I will say the only thing I would really look at 2-0 Yankees. Where were they? Baltimore. Their pitching has not been good. I mean, they've given up a lot of runs early. And then the other one that really not jumped out, but I looked at and I went, okay, the NL West outside of the Dodgers, Giants 1-3, Padres 1-3, Diamondbacks 1-3. Rockies aren't. That one makes sense. Giants, Padres, and Diamondbacks are better than 1-3. I get it. Giants got swept by the New York Yankees. I think the New York Yankees are a better baseball team than the New York Giants or the San Francisco Giants. So whatever. But you don't want to let something like that pile up. Other than that, it's like 4 games. So no, I don't take a whole lot into it.
I do gotta say, Skeen's getting pulled after the first inning. And not his fault. O'Neal Cruz just blew two hits to him. So I don't know. I feel sorry for a guy like that. I always felt sorry for like Jacob deGrom was one of them. He would pitch when he was at the Mets, would pitch perfect games and still get beat because nobody could score runs or they'd make errors. Yep. It's just stupid. And that Skeens is in that same boat.
Yeah. The last thing I will say before I move on off of this, I love when baseball teams make a trade and it's a win-win for both sides. I think that's just great. Somebody gets something that they didn't need and they get a plus, and somebody else does the exact same thing. Now we are 1 game in, or 5 games in. So I'm not saying this is a win-win trade, but I think it has the ability to. Is the Cubs and the Marlins trade for Casey and Edward Cabrera. The Cubs just need starting pitching. That's all. I mean, that's what they need. And if Edward Cabrera could give them a really good season or 2 or 3, I'm just talking about this year, they had no room for Edward or Owen Casey, really. I mean, they did, but like you'd have to force somebody out. And then flip side to the Marlins, a young team like that gets a star, hits a walk-off in his first series. Yep. I think they played the Rockies. And he was excellent in his first series. One series, whatever. Solid win-win trade so far.
Yeah, Cabrera pitched, 6 innings? He gave up, I think, 1 run or 4 hits or something.
Struck out like 8.
Yeah, did a good job. So,
yep.
Just injury prone there. That's the worry with him. Young guy. You get hot against the Rockies. Let's see what he does against the rest of baseball.
I agree. Okay, next, I'm going to take us to our MLB draft teams. First update. This does not include any games played today, Tuesday the 31st. This is all Monday and before. Roy, number 1. 14 wins, and it's pretty spread out. 3 from the Mariners, 3 from the Yankees, 2 from the Royals, 3 for the Reds, 2 for the Rays, 1 for the Pirates. So spread out. Second place, Bryce. Also pretty spread out. 3 from the Braves, 3 from the Astros, 3 from the Blue Jays, 2 from the Cubs, 1 for the Giants, 1 from the Twins. And me at 12, so we're all 1 game off. I'm top heavy. 3 from the Dodgers, 3 from the Brewers, 3 from the Mets, 2 for the Orioles, 0 for the Athletics, and 1 for the White Sox. So,
A's going 0-4, and then they get a win tonight, right? They're winning.
Yeah, they're beating the Braves. I don't know what it was. They were in like the second to last inning when I was looking. The Athletics,
they won 5-2.
There we go. We got to win. So yeah, that's our thing. We will update every week.
That draft is such a long. I know making comebacks. We could be down 30 games and somehow make it. But it's just I think that's the biggest
comeback we've seen is about 30-ish.
Yeah. So
yeah,
but you don't want to get down early. It's just that's what sucks. Trying to make a hole.
That last year, man, I was down for the Braves. I had the Braves as a 1 seed or a first tier, and they blew it that first month, and I was behind by 15 games the entire way.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you're playing catch up the entire time.
I know. All right. I don't really have a whole lot else for baseball. I mean, we're just getting into it. Really deep dive into anything. So I think that's just going to take us right into March Madness.
Wow. What a week for Josh and I. What a week this is coming to be.
Yes.
Josh's Illini make it to the Final Four by beating Iowa.
And Houston.
Houston first beating Houston in Houston and then beating Iowa in the Elite Eight. Yes. You get the final, and they pull what they get UConn.
Yep.
On what? I mean, I've seen a lot of college basketball. I've seen a lot of tournament games. I've been watching college basketball since the 80s, so I've seen a ton of games. I don't think I've ever seen a choke job and a last second shot like Duke. And Duke's, they deserve it after all these years of hitting game winners against teams.
Yeah.
But the youth showed up badly for Duke and could not finish the game.
Yeah.
But that shot by that kid from Connecticut. I don't like Dan Hurley at all. I do not like Connecticut. They drive me nuts. But there's something magical when they get into Elite Eight. They have not lost a second weekend and second weekend. What did I say? Second weekend and on game since 2015. I think is what I read. 2016 or 17 or so, somewhere on there. They haven't won. They haven't lost. So then when they make it second weekend, like
they go all the way.
They go all the way.
Yeah.
Dan Hurley's trying to be the first person since John Wooden to win 3 out of 4 years.
Yep.
So
one of those years, the first year, no, the second year that they won, they knocked Illinois out.
So, but you and Illinois played earlier in the year, right?
Yep.
So that's what I read, and Connecticut beat you in the Garden.
Correct, in the Garden. Completely different Illinois team. Not on a stack of who was playing and who wasn't. It was who was taking the shots. Boswell, 25 that night. Boswell hasn't scored 25 in the entire term. He doesn't shoot. Wagler, 4 shots. Didn't shoot the ball. He wasn't on the ball at the time. So much different type of style. I'm not going to sit here and explain why Illinois. I think Illinois has had a very easy road outside of beating Houston. You can only play who you play. I will
It's
say
never easy getting the Final Four. It doesn't matter who you play.
And
I honestly think Illinois is more talented than UConn.
Yeah,
and I think they're favored, and they should be. The only thing I worry about UConn, they just have this magical thing about them. Like it's just been. I mean, they did the same thing against Michigan State. They did. I mean, this whole tournament, I thought they'd get beat. They just don't. Yeah. They don't look good for like 40 minutes, and then, or I'm sorry, by 30 minutes, and then for 10 minutes, it's like this team just shows up and just unreal.
I agree.
I
know exactly what you mean. But the reason Illinois has pushed their way to the Final Four, I'm going to be honest, really beating Houston and Iowa is their defense. And that's what was really not good all year. But they have absolutely out on the perimeter locked up, and it is what is advanced them. And if they, eventually they're going to run into a matchup that doesn't play well. But if they play that type of defense, that offense is just too much for 40 minutes. It just is. The length up in the front. Stojakovic has been unbelievable.
Yeah, you were down Iowa. That's what you got. Iowa was shooting and doing a decent job of moving the ball, and he just wore them down. Then that's what you got to do.
Yep.
So, well, then you got the second game, which makes it for me, the Michigan Wolverines. Taking care of Bryce's
Tennessee Volunteers.
How do you describe Tennessee's weak ass team to lose by 30 or 30 plus? Now, Michigan has a tough matchup. Arizona is a very, very, very good team.
Powerhouse.
I hate to say, this is the matchup. I really thought maybe if Duke got in there, it'd be a good matchup. But, God, Arizona and Michigan, I was doing research on them today because that's what I do, because I like looking at it. They exact same team. They're both big. They're both deep. They got good guard play. The only difference is we shoot better threes than they do.
I know.
Bradley does shoot some threes, but they don't shoot the consistency that we do. They like to slow it down. We like to speed it up. So it's whoever can get that game going the way they want. That'll be. I don't know how. It'll depend on how the refs call the game too, because both are very physical. And if they're calling fouls early, down low stuff, that's going to make the game so choppy, and it's just going to be. I hope they play. Let them play a little bit, but not so crazy. But
yeah, I've noticed a trend. I've watched a few, Sweet 16, Elite 8 games, and I won't say so much in the beginning because I didn't watch all the first round games. The first half, it seems like they're letting them play. They're battling. They're really not calling, and then they touch the second half, and the whistle's blowing after every touch. And it starts to pile up. So I
kind of wonder if they go into halftime and they review and they're like, "Oh, this should." Because I have thought that other than the Michigan, not Tennessee, who they played for that St. Louis game, the St. Louis game before that, when they were playing St. Louis, there was a lot of whistles. Period. And even in the Tennessee game, there's early in the first half, they were calling a ton of fouls. Mm-hmm. Both teams were in foul trouble early, and I think because they were trying to make sure it got too physical. The problem is you got to let them play a little bit. There were some fouls. I'm like, just don't call that. Just let them play. And then they're calling ticky tack crap once. I don't know the inconsistency. But hey, everybody made it. We're in the Final Four. It's in Indy. I'm going. I haven't got my tickets yet, but I am going.
I am also going.
Are you going Friday with us?
I am going to go. Oh, it's free to everyone, by the way.
Yeah. So the practices. Now, if you want to go to the convention center for that interactive stuff, that's free for military members, Capital One card holder members, and things like that. So
I am. I'm gonna be getting off work Thursday. I'm gonna pack my bag and I'm gonna hit the road and I'm going to Uncle Roy's house and we're going to.
We're taking the kids on Friday.
That's fine.
Yeah, we're
because practice first. I saw the
because I think Michigan's 3, right?
11,
Connecticut's 12.
I don't remember which one. If it's Michigan,
I thought it was Michigan. Michigan was 2. It was 1, and then Arizona was 2. But that might have been flip flop. I knew it was first. So there's like a 3-on-3 because we're gonna probably leave early on Friday so we can get there. Because parking will be horrible. I don't know if anybody knows. For me, for Indianapolis is an hour and 40 minutes away, so it's freaking nice. So, but Yep. Can I? Once in a lifetime, like Lauren and I say for Saturday, we're going. Just you got. Yeah, I cannot be this close. I mean, I went to Las Vegas to watch him play. I can't not go to Indy.
Yeah.
An hour and 40 minutes away for a Final Four.
I wasn't going to go because I know the view is going to be better on TV than as close as I can get. You're going to a football stadium.
But the atmosphere of actually being there.
I don't know if Illinois will ever get back to a Final Four for the next, 20-something years. And life's too short. Something could happen where, So I'm like, you know what? And the hotel thing is also a big piece. Don't have to pay for a hotel. Don't have to do all that. So
we're just going back and forth.
Yeah. And I don't have kids yet. I don't have, a dog to take care of. So I'm gonna do it. Plus,
as well. I mean, because we're going over. I can't wait. I can't wait till Friday.
Yeah. Oh, Roy, I can't hear you. What'd you do?
So no, Friday.
You're back.
Okay. So Friday, just because from what I've read is you get the teams, you get to watch a practice. They do some interaction action with fans and things. So that's what I can't wait for. Cannot wait. I met some of those guys in Vegas. They were awesome. I'm hoping they as cool as they were in Vegas. So
yep. Okay, now I have something else to do. Triple Alpha's bracket challenge. Now, this becomes very easy at this point in the Final Four. We are all eliminated. Me, you, and Bryce.
I knew I was.
Here are the outcomes. If Illinois, now I can't tell second and third and all that because there could be some changes. I can just talk about winning. If Illinois wins, one person will win. Crable's picked 2.
You gotta be kidding! My cousin Kevin.
He chose Illinois to win, so he would be the only one that got it right. If UConn wins, one person will be right.
My sister.
Betsy.
God.
3 people actually picked UConn, but she will win no matter what. If Arizona wins, my fiance's father will win, Jason. He will win. He has Arizona, and he has the best remaining bracket. And no matter what, Arizona wins. The only one that has multiple options is Michigan.
Yep.
2 people are left. Cheese Smees, my coworker, Chantel Williams, the lady I work with, or Pete's $20 giveaway.
Yeah, my buddy Pete. Gosh, you lucky son of a bitch.
Here are obviously Michigan must beat Arizona and then win the national championship. So the only game that matters to the people that chose Michigan, Cheese Smees and Pete, is the UConn-Illinois game. If Illinois beats UConn, Pete is going to win. If UConn beats Illinois, Chantel is going to win. So that's all that matters. So, yeah, I think Pete's got a long shot to win. Personally, I do think UConn is going to win. I just do. It just feels like it after that last shot. But you never know.
No confidence in your Illini? Like I have unbelievable confidence Michigan's going to beat Arizona. Like if
I had to put money on it, I would say we will probably not win because I don't know. I just don't know. But I think we could win? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't wait because I can't wait till Friday, Saturday, and then I probably try to make my way back over on Monday if Michigan's in the championship.
I cannot go Monday no matter what.
I'll find a way. If I have to sneak my ass away to watch them, if they're in the championship, I'll go to jail just to get in there.
That's fair. All right. Do you have anything else, Roy?
Not for college ball, no.
Okay. I think that just takes us to our miscellaneous this week.
All right. I do have a game.
Okay. I have 2 games.
Okay. You want me to do mine, or you want to do one of yours?
You can do yours. Mine are kind of separate, so different.
All right. Is mine just guess the player? Guess the MLB player. All right. I'm just gonna give the teams he played for. All right. So he played for a lot. I'll give the years. He played from 2002 to 2019.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So he started with the Detroit Tigers, played for the Angels, the Rays, the Mariners, the Cubs, the Padres, Marlins, Diamondbacks,
Damn.
Twins, Athletics, and finished with the Nationals in 2019.
Okay. Is this a reliever?
Yes.
Say the teams again. Are you going in the order of his career or just in any
Or
order?
I'm going to order of his career.
Okay, can you start again?
So started with Detroit,
Ugh.
and then went to the Angels,
Okay.
then went to the Rays, Mariners, Cubs, Padres, Marlins, Diamondbacks, Twins, A's, and Nationals.
Ooh, this is hard. I thought I knew the name, but I don't think that lines up with who I was thinking. I don't think he. How many guesses do I get?
I'll give you 3.
Okay. First one I'm going to throw out. Is this Tyler Clippard?
No.
That's who I was thinking.
I know
and
you
didn't.
always go for him.
Padres didn't ring a bell. Cubs didn't ring a bell. Okay, so a reliever. The last team that you said was the Nationals. So he finished his career in Washington in 2019, which 2019 was their World Series year. So he had to win a World Series with the Nationals.
He did win a World Series with the Nationals in 2019.
Who is in that bullpen? Sean Doolittle was not Sean Doolittle. Oh, man, I can see this. I know who it is, and I can see his face. Oh, this one's going to hurt because I do know who this is, I think. I'm never going to get his name, though. I think he didn't get the last out. I don't think. No, maybe he did. I don't know who got the last out. That's World Series. It's not last name Davis, I don't think. Oh, he was old.
What do you mean old? He's only
I'm never
49
gonna
years
pull it.
old right now.
I'm never going to pull his name. That's the problem. I know who this is. I'll give it another minute. Oh, I do think I might have his last. I don't know if I know his first name. Is his last name Hudson?
No.
I still think I know who it is. I'm not going to pull his name. What's his name?
Fernando Rodney.
Wow, that is not even close to who I thought.
Fernando
He made his
Rodney.
way to that many teams.
I
You
didn't,
know what's crazy, Roy?
the bad thing is I remember him as Detroit because Detroit was good in the early 2000s. And I remember him as a Mariner. I don't remember him as a Cub or the Padres, Marlins, Diamondbacks, Twins, or A's. I do remember him in the Nationals.
You know what's crazy, Roy, and you might not believe me? The first 3 or 4 names you said, I said Francisco Rodney. And then you kept going, and I went, oh, that was not him. I remember him in that first half, that like Rays time, the Athletics time.
Something
But then
being
when
an
you got
A's.
to like Padres, Cubs, I didn't know he was on that Nationals team.
I do remember being National that year in Nationals.
That sucks because that name did go through my head at one point. I didn't say it. It's all right. It's all right. Okay. I have 2 games for you, Roy. One of them,
right.
my regular game. And I'm not going to lie, it's a little difficult tonight.
Oh, great.
But I also saw a TikTok, and I really wanted to play it. And so I liked it, so I need to go back to it.
You know where Cooper Flag went to college? Of course, that's Duke. Right now, get all the way down to 1%.
Okay.
It's harsh. We're doing this college edition. Where did Donovan Mitchell go to college?
This is, I know you're not an NBA fan.
Yeah.
But this has to do with NBA players and where they went to college.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, college basketball, he might have a better chance. It goes, are you in the 1%? So it starts at 100%, which is supposed to be the easiest level. Like 100% of people should get it. Then down to 75, 50, 25, 10, and 1. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I've seen these.
Where I'll start easy. Did Donovan Mitchell go to college?
Yeah, you had to ask me because I don't think I know where he went.
Wow. That's sad.
Donovan Mitchell went to
I'll give you a hint. Traditional blue blood.
traditional blue blood, Kansas.
No. I wouldn't say they're blue blood right now, but traditionally they're a blue blood.
Big school, he got drafted right out.
Traditionally, I mean, because your traditional blue bloods were Kentucky, Kansas, North Carolina, Duke, Michigan State, UCLA, and it's none of them.
It is none of them. You are correct. People consider the school blue blood.
Villanova?
No.
I don't know. I actually don't know where he went.
Louisville.
Oh, see, I would never got that.
Okay.
He played for Patino then? Back then?
Yes, he played for Rick Pitino.
Okay.
That or he recruited him, or I think he did play for him though. Next one, I'm just gonna go over a few more. Where did Aaron Gordon go to college?
Arizona. I knew that one.
Arizona. 75% of fans are only supposed to know that. Number for 50%. Where did Fred Van Vliet go to college?
Oh, he went to VCU. No, sorry, Wichita State.
Wichita State.
Wichita State.
That is correct.
I do remember because I remember they made a run. That was the first true run by Wichita State when they weren't very good.
Okay, next one. This is where I got eliminated. I did not get this one. This is supposed to be 25%. Where did Luke Cornett go to college?
Cornett? Luke Cornett.
I'll give you a hint. SEC.
I was thinking Florida.
Vanderbilt.
Oh, no, I've never. Didn't even know Vanderbilt had an NBA player in.
And then hold up. Last guy. Where did Brooke Lopez go to college?
Stanford.
That was supposed to be the hardest question on the grid, and you got it right.
Well,
you didn't know where Donovan Mitchell went to college, but you know where Brooke Lopez went.
The Twins, they were good. They made a run in the tournament. College teams, if they made a run, and I can remember players. Louisville.
I don't know what their team did.
They didn't do anything, if I remember right. That's when he got. I think it's when they were under sanctioned. Probably. That's when Patino got in trouble with strippers and hookers and things like that.
Okay, back to my original game now.
Oh, great!
But I incorporated some live, authentic Major League Baseball this season stats in here. This season.
What?
So you better know your game, Roy.
I don't.
I'm tired of you not knowing current day stuff. Donovan Mitchell, you didn't know where he went to college. We got.
Don't care.
Okay. Regular first question. I need you to name me a current Major League Baseball player who has hit a home run this season.
Okay, Mike Trout.
I have to look. I believe you, but I don't know.
Oh, he hit one over the week on Sunday for sure.
He has two. Good for Mike Trout. I put JJ Weatherholt.
He did hit one on the first day.
Next one. I need you to name me a current player who is on a new team this year who went from the NL to the AL.
NL to the AL.
So this year they're playing in the American League.
So if they played last year in the NL, this year they play in the
Correct.
AL. Wow. Let's see. From the NL to the AL.
I would think about players who played for a new team, and then
I am, but I'm trying to think who they played for. Who's moved? Because everybody I'm thinking has moved from AL to NL. That's the problem. I've got 6 or 7 names that I've already talked. But I know they went that way. They went. I got one. Justin Verlander.
Justin Verlander is correct. You move on.
I got lucky there.
I want to change an answer because I have Justin Verlander later in the game. So give me 10 seconds.
Who'd you have on this last one?
I had Pete Alonso.
Oh,
That's the Orioles.
Yep, I forgot about that. I mean, Kyle Tucker, freaking Nate, all the Mets guys, they all just kept going in my head. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Okay. I have a new answer for that the question later. Okay. Gonna jump a little bit easier. You pass through the first 2 hoops. And you did name your Reds player in the last 10 years.
A Reds player in the last 10 years. I'll go with Stevenson, their catcher.
Tyler Stevenson moves you on. I also took a current player, went Hunter Green.
I figured you went with De La Cruz. That's what I was.
Yeah. Next one. I need you to name me a player who was taken in the first round of a Major League Baseball draft since 2000. I probably will have to look this up.
Any players been taken in the first round?
Correct. Since 2000.
Ben Hess, my boy.
Ben Hess is correct. I don't have to look that one up. I went Bryce Harper.
Yeah, no, if it would have been a major league, I would have come with something
Nope,
different. But
that one
you
takes.
said anybody.
Yeah, that works. And you should name me next one, number 5. Need you to name me a current Cardinals pitcher.
Ooh, Cardinals pitcher. Oh, okay. How bad is this? I can't. Everybody popping in my head. I know they got rid of
Get down. Yes.
Cardinals pitcher. Damn.
Can't name one?
I can't get the ones off my head that they all traded. Cardinals pitcher. Get Michaelis or get these guys out of my head. Jeez, not even there. Get them out of my head. And I know, and then freaking position players get pop in my head. Come on, pull somebody that you know. Cardinals pitcher. Does it have to be a starter, or can it just be a pitcher?
It can be any pitcher.
Oh gosh, what was his name? He's a reliever, and they might have made him a starter now. I really wanted the Yankees to get him. Tyler or something like that. Bullpen guy.
Tyler.
Am I wrong? You can just. If I'm wrong, you can just go.
I don't know a Tyler, so I'm gonna have to. You're gonna have to lose this one.
Let me see. Pissing me off now. Oh, it was Leahy. No, Kyle Leahy. I knew it was something like that. Never mind. Yeah, I got it wrong.
I did not have Leahy. I have Dustin May.
Yeah, Gosh, I couldn't even think of it.
Pitchers, you could have went Justin Briel, Gordon Grafko, Kyle Leahy, Matthew Libator, Dustin May, Michael McGreevy, Riley O'Brien, Andre Palante, Jojo Romero, Chris Roycraft, Ryan Stanek, Matt Swanson, and George Soriano. Those would have been your options.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Okay, you lose, Roy. I win, finally. Back in the win column. Last question, though. Give me a player who has played for the Cubs, current player, but now plays on a new team. So they didn't have to leave this offseason. Someone who's actively playing, who's played on the Cubs before.
So cross baseball.
They just need to be active. It can't be someone like Starlin Castro who's retired.
Okay. So it just has to be somebody that's on another team. Okay.
Correct. That has played for the Cubs.
Gosh, let's go with. I'm just gonna go Kyle Tucker because I lost anyway.
Ooh, well, you would have lost again because I went Kyle Tucker.
I was thinking, what's his name that was on Tampa that just went to Miami? Gosh, I couldn't think of his name.
That went to Miami.
Outfielder. Morel, yeah. I was trying to think of him. I couldn't.
The other name that I thought of was Paredes. Went from the Rays to the Cubs, and then the Cubs instantly dealt him in the trade? Tucker trade. Sent him to Houston. Isak Paredes. Yep. All right, that's all I got.
Yep.
Hit the like button, subscribe, comment, and me and Roy will be in the Final Four this weekend.
Yep, can't wait. Go Blue.
Peace.